Good morning. Just want to say congrats to both Christy and Nate Oates. It's really exciting with basketball doing so many good things right now, and just a heck of a good week for Alabama sports last week, and including last night and yesterday. So um, we're really looking forward to watching Christy and the ladies play again, and then of course Nate in the Sweet 16.
All right, a reminder to hit the raise hand button if you have any questions for Coach Murphy. We'll go ahead and start things off with Robert.
Hey, Coach. So this weekend you'll be going against Kentucky. It's one of the better offenses in the conference. They lead in a lot of categories, despite their numbers probably being inflated from, I guess, a more simple pre-conference schedule. But it's still a good challenge for your pitching staff. And can you talk about how this challenge will benefit you guys in the long run when you could play like in Oklahoma, UCLA, Arizona State in the postseason?
Well, first we got to play North Alabama tomorrow night, so we're really worried about them because they're having a good year at 16-5, and they have a good pitcher, and we're hoping that we get the game in. It looks fairly good right now, so crossing our fingers that the rain stays away. But yeah, Kentucky's just having a really good year offensively. They keep putting up great numbers year after year. Just a complete team. They've got older pitchers. And it's tough to play up there because you never know what the weather's going to be, especially in late March, and um, it'll be just like any other SEC battle. It'll be like a super regional, and we're looking forward to it. Especially the Saturday, Sunday, Monday night. That's kind of a cool situation when the SEC put that together, and SEC Network on Monday night at softball for 8 or 9 weeks in a row.
All right, go ahead, Katie.
First, Coach, do you have an injury update on Bailey Dowling?
Yes. Good morning. Unfortunately, her MRI was torn ACL, MCL, and she'll be out for the rest of the year. And I know I will speak for her and her family, but there's been so many people that reached out to not only her but the coaching staff about her, how she's doing and her well-being. And it's just an unfortunate thing in sports. Injuries happen, and it stinks when they do. But she'll play a different role now, and she'll be great at that role. She'll see it from a different side. She'll learn a lot about herself and her teammates, and she'll see things that she's never seen before in a game. So unfortunately, we have Claire Jenkins, who she can talk to, who it's happened to, and I know already Ryan I. Murray, who is a 2014 grad of Alabama, and she tore hers, and she's already reached out to her as well. And I think her message was, welcome to the exclusive club. So, but yeah, that's the report on Bailey.
Hate to hear that, Coach. We'll definitely be praying for her. Well, kind of going off that, you talked about Friday night after the game. You wanted to see the team. It's good for them to have a comeback early in the year. And while they didn't come back in that game, they did come back to win the series. They came back from the adversity of Bailey going out in game 2. Just kind of talk about the fight you saw from your team and how important it was to get that series come back this early in the SEC season.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. So the next day, I think she went down in the second inning, I believe. And, Savannah came in and just did a great job. And you always say to the next person up, you don't have to do anything more. You don't have to do special things. Just be yourself. You're here for a reason. You're good. And she did exactly that. She did that on Saturday. And then she also got the first hit by our team on Sunday to break up the no-hitter by Miss Rogers from Tennessee, and really got that rally going for us. And she played great defense at second base. So she just did what Savannah's has been doing. So kudos for her. But you're right, it was kind of a comeback in a different way where we lost the first game, and now it's like, okay, we got to get going here. But I really thought the energy was great on Sunday. Montana was terrific. You saw a little bit of her competitiveness, on the mound with her and Bailey Hemphill. And it was awesome to see. It really was. And I told the team probably in the third or fourth inning, I said, look, she's not going to give up a run today. So let's score one run, because that's going to be the winner. And, we got Claire got a walk, Savannah got the hit, and then Lexi Kilfoyle, came up with her biggest hit of the year for the first RBI. So it was a really good win on Sunday.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Murph, they say that winning is contagious. What about winning at a championship level? I mean, this athletic department is really on a roll right now. Just talk about the culture there at that department, and maybe it's not about meeting high expectations, but even though Coach Saban hates to hear that word, but the expectations are high for every program, aren't they?
Oh yeah, and I hate that word too. So I appreciate that. Sarah Patterson. I thankfully I got to work with her for 20 years or so, and she was literally right down the hallway. And here's somebody with so many national championships. Shoot, I forget how many, 6. And we called it the championship hallway, and it truly is. And now Dana, congrats to her and the team and the staff for what they did Saturday night. She's just 20 steps down the road from me. We have Jay Sewell up there. We have Mick Potter. That's national championships. So it is a feeling of, we got to get going here. We want our team to do as well as them. We want our team to do as well as football. And I think it does permeate the entire department. I think it's a good thing. A lot of us are in a group text message, and we're always congratulating somebody on doing something well. It seems like it happens all the time here. Nate has been very, very open, friendly, just a really good guy to be in the department. Obviously, Christy's been awesome too, but it really helps. And I truly believe that if I had a recruit and I called, and I've done it before with Coach Saban, not with a lot of them, but he's never said no. I think Nate would come over to see the kid without a doubt. I think everybody else, Coach Bohannon, Coach Waters, any of them, if I needed somebody to talk to a recruit and they had a relationship or something with the sport other than softball, they would do it in a heartbeat. And I would do it for anybody else too. So I think that's kind of rare right now in a Power 5 school.
I go back to Robert.
Coach, Kaylee Tao only lives about 3 hours away from the University of Kentucky. Montana lives about an hour and a half away. Can you talk about how fun it is, how excited your players get to play, I guess, like their hometown university, and have they shown any excitement to this coming weekend?
Oh yeah, I think it's a big deal for both of them. And Tao grew up a Big Blue fan. Everybody there is a basketball fan in the state of Kentucky. I don't care where you go to college. One of my first SIDs, John Hayden, was from Paducah, Kentucky, and that's all he talked about. And he's an Alabama grad, so he loved everything Alabama, but he also loved Kentucky basketball. So it's probably the same because you grow up and you see all those teams on TV every weekend. From the time you're growing up. It's in your blood up there. It's just like Alabama football and Alabama softball, and a lot of true Alabama fans are the same way. So it adds a little bit of excitement for them. And, unfortunately this year we were going to go up actually today and go to Western Kentucky and play them tomorrow night and have a homecoming for Tao. And with COVID and stuff, we didn't get to work that out. So we are going to try to do it next year so she can have a proper homecoming, because it's a lot of fun for the team and everybody else, because we usually go to the young lady's house, have dinner at the house. And there's no way we could do that this year. So we just decided to do it next year. So, and I know there's a little bit of giddy up in both of them to play this weekend.
Go ahead again, Robert.
Coach, something that interests me about the Kentucky lineup is it's kind of similar to yours, where their leadoff hitter, Kaylee Kowalik, strong, high batting average and is 10 for 11 on the base pass. And then they have a strong 8-9 hole hitter in Lauren Johnson, just like Alyssa Brown, high batting average, and she can also steal the bases. Can you talk about the importance of Hemphill's play behind the play this weekend so they don't generate anything for the offense?
Well, kudos to Bailey for she threw out Malloy. I think for her, she was 16 for 16 for Tennessee in stolen bases, and Bailey got her on Sunday. So I think she's very underrated catcher. I don't think a lot of people have actually seen her much as a catcher, but you know, she's as good as anybody, I think, right now. She's been throwing people out. Not many people have tried to steal on her. She's just very steady. I know she's very empathetic with the pitchers, and I think that's one of the qualities that a lot of people don't look at in terms of being a good catcher, because if you're the opposite, there's no way as a pitcher that I would want to throw to somebody like that. Bailey is she's full of empathy for her pitcher, so she knows when to pat her on the back or, say something stern. She's just that type of kid. She reads the room very well. So I think the pitchers love to throw to her. She's a great target back there. She's just very, very steady. And the other thing that I think a lot of people overlook is her blocking skills are excellent. And with Alexi Kilfoyle throwing the majority drop balls, you watch how many times Bailey goes to the dirt to block a ball, and there's not much that gets by her.
Any other questions for Coach Murphy? All right, if not, we'll wrap it up there. Thanks, everybody.
Okay, thanks a lot.